Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. I'm Kalita. I'm the creator of Showgirl Awakening and the founder of Hot Pink Feathers Dance Company. And I want to talk to you a little bit about how being in our fullness, our radiance, um, and our full visibility in that way is actually incredibly much safer than hiding and dimming down and trying in obvious ways to be safe. I better think of a shorter way to title this video. That's very long. Um, okay, this dawned on me. For those of you who don't know, for the past 20 years, have been a practitioner, an artist, a performing and a teaching artist in conscious burlesque. And I've traveled the world with it, and I've won awards, and I've headlined international burlesque festivals. Um, I've really, I've really been in it. It's been my life, and guiding um, folks who identify as women to create their own conscious burlesque solos, and also troupe dance, training folks in troupe dance as well, have been my focus. And something that often puzzled me is throughout my career, and I still perform, uh, and I was performing live in person until the world shut down. Um, when I was performing, and often, for example, from 2007 to 2013, um, I did a monthly cabaret with Hot Pink Feathers, my dance troupe. We did this gig at a dive bar in Oakland, Cafe Van Cleef, little tiny place. So when we danced in the aisle, and we danced on the postage stamp sized stage. And when we danced in the aisle, our costumes were pretty small, especially towards the end of the dance, even smaller most of the time. Um, and we were inches away, sometimes brushing up against the patrons because it was a single file aisle, and we performed in single file in this aisle. Um, this wasn't the only place that we performed, but this is a place that comes into stark picture as I try to think, my gosh, we were so close to these people. And then and in other, the venues have varied dramatically. Sometimes little dive bars, sometimes ballrooms, sometimes living rooms, so many different places. Sometimes outside in the street in a parade. But one thing that always puzzled me is, and this happened. Shoot, I'm thinking of reasons that this might be tricky if I say it this way. I might have to qualify it, but I did notice that very few times, maybe I can count, I definitely can count on one hand, maybe twice that I can remember in 20 years of performing, did I get hit on by someone. And frankly, I was radiating. I was in just in a I was radiating. When I perform, I perform from the very center of myself, and it's like my DNA, the stardust essence architecture of me turns on and lights up and beams out. And so like my beauty, my inside out beauty is just on fire. It's just like that. And I think it's that. And then also, frankly, tons of my skin was also showing. So it was this, I was very visible in every way. Skin, inner essence, everything just beaming out. And I'm sure that there were people in these settings at these shows and events that felt attraction to me, but I didn't receive that. I didn't, that didn't come across to me in a, this is what words to characterize this. It's, I'm being distracted by the fireworks outside for Chinese New Year. um, I almost never had this experience of someone kind of like wanting to, because I think of, when I think of hitting on someone, this did happen to colleagues of mine. I don't just mean in hot pink feathers, sometimes in the feathers. And then I was often performing in shows with performers of all kinds, and not just hot pink feathers. But I did experience that other, that this was not true, that no one was ever being hit on. And I think here I'm thinking of hit on as not a welcome experience, not a, oh my, just, I think that with hit on, I'm meaning somehow that there's a lack of respect. So let me just define that. Maybe you consider being hit on doesn't necessarily have that, but let's just imagine that this experience of being hit on is like someone wants to take something from you, or have you in a way, like that you're objectified. I think it's that. I didn't experience being objectified. I don't experience being objectified when I'm performing, um and performing in ways where I'm literally like, I'm being juicy in my body, in public with very little clothes on, and not feeling threatened, and on the most part feeling seen for this radiant, gorgeous essence in a body that I am. Um, so yeah, tracing back to what I was saying at the beginning, um, in that state, even with almost no clothes on, um, I felt and feel often safer than I do wearing clothes and being in normal circumstances relating to people in the world. Just want to leave you to chew on that. I'm still chewing on it. Um, but this state of just being so much filled with myself in a generous way has been my highest experience of being safe. Isn't that interesting? I think it's so interesting. Thanks for listening. Um, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. I Yeah, I would love to share more with you if this has piqued your interest. And you can also find me at showgirlawakening.com, or on Instagram at Kalita, the Showgirl Shaman. So much love and shimmies, Kalita.